Welcome to the Rubio Method. Venture into the unfiltered world of Chris Rubio. The Rubio Method delivers an unapologetically edgy take on the often overlooked world of men's mental health. Rubio, a master communicator, wields a potent knack for no BS enlightenment. Step into this no-nonsense arena, where men are challenged to evolve and confront the man staring back at them from the mirror.
Focus up. I'm talking to you, Alex Chris, also known as Gru. Happy birthday, my main man. Also, shout out to my mother, Debsters. It was her birthday yesterday. Yes, on St. Patrick's Day. Welcome to episode 96 of the Rubio Method. My name is Chris Rubio. We've got Jenna behind the scenes, the Canadian fireball. God knows what she's doing back there. She's running the show. We've got a great show. It's going to be a little bit of a different show. All right. We're going to talk about everything that's not politics. All right, so I'm not going to talk about autopen and Joey B pardoning everyone with a robot. I'm not going to talk about everyone hating Elon and the climate change. I guess they don't care about that anymore. I'm not going to talk about astronauts being saved by SpaceX and not NASA. I'm not going to talk about people losing their mind over deporting Venezuelan gang members. Not going to do that. I'm not going to talk about Hunter Biden and Ashley Biden losing their security detail. I'm not going to talk about that. And not going to talk about Dem favorability being at 29%, according to a CNN poll. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to talk about is little different things. So for everything happens for a reason, I'm going to talk about Rubio goes to jury duty. It finally happened. I finally got chosen and went. And oh, what an experience it was. Then for their winners and losers in life, I'm going to talk about people in the airport and how much I hate them. I've been traveling a lot lately, and I come to just literally hate everyone that's in an airport. That's not me. Then we're going to talk about accepting and embrace, my love and hate of texting. I'm going to talk about different aspects of texting and people that shouldn't be allowed to text. Also, we're going to go to working hard is not enough. Working hard is not enough. I'm going to talk about top movies everyone needs to see and what they can tell about them. So that's the big thing. I'm going to say we're going to talk about some must-see movies because one of my long snappers this past weekend, I don't think I've ever been more disappointed in a human being, let alone a long snapper. And we'll talk about that and how much it just pissed me off. And then confidence is the key. I want to talk about appetizers. Who comes up with them? What are the best ones? And what are the rules of them? Okay, remember a while back I talked about my buddy 34 who offered up some mozzarella sticks, and within 0.4 seconds, he ended up taking it back. See, that's rude. That's a rule that I would make. We're going to have all that and much more on today's episode 96 of the Rubio Method. Holy hell, 96, Jenna. We got to be able to do something wild for 100. All right, everything happens for a reason. All right, so everyone does jury duty, except for me. I'm the first person that I've never done jury duty, not one time. In LA, I'm just going to say maybe I never got a notice. There's a lot of people there and they really couldn't track it. So we'll just say I never got a notice. We'll go with that angle. And then we'll say in Idaho, for some reason, I've just never been called, which is kind of odd because it's a smaller town. Everyone kind of knows everyone. My next door neighbor is a judge, so I figured they would eventually call me. So finally, last week or 2 weeks ago, I get called and I'm like, hey man, I don't want to do this. I don't have time. I've got camps all over the country and I got to finish ranking all these kids. And I just don't want to do it. Trust me. I love the certain aspects of the government and I would love to be taking complete control of the situation, but I didn't want to do it. So finally you're supposed to call Sunday night to see if you're going. Because I've had jury duty before, but I always got dismissed. Like I never even made it. They're like, yeah, you missed your window. You're fine. Don't even bother checking in. So this one, I'm supposed to call on Sunday night. On Friday, I get a damn text. And the text says, you're in for Monday. And it's from like the courthouse. And, oh, Jesus, what the hell? So, okay, whatever. So Monday morning, I get there at 9 a.m, go to the courtroom, go to this little, office, walk up there immediately. Because I'm thinking my wife has told me before and everyone else that I've spoken to about this sort of jury thing. You sit in this like audience. They ask you a couple questions. Do you hate people? Are you racist? Do you like dogs? Do you know anyone in the court? Things like that. Simple questions like that. And I'm thinking, okay, I can just make up some stuff and get out of this. But of course I would never do such a thing. So I go and immediately I walk through the door and the cop says to me, let me see your license, identification. I go, okay. Show him. He goes, okay, you're right here. You're juror number 13. And I go, hey man, aren't I supposed to sit in like this little audience thing and get questions? He goes, juror 13. Okay. So I go sit in the jury booth with 16 other people or 15 other people. And then there's people in the crowd or the audience or whatever. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And they just go one by one. Is this your name? Yeah. You resident of Nez Perce County? Yeah. Okay. Do you know anyone in the courthouse or do anything like this? Is there any way that you cannot be on a trial? And I'm not going to say what the trial was. Yeah, I get it. I understand that. And I gets me and go, no. I mean, I knew the attorney given. I mean, there's like 11 people in my town. So all of a sudden they said, okay, you 16 are approved. Go in the back and decide who's going to be the main guy. It's like the jury foreman. Immediately, I'm thinking to myself, obviously, this is going to be my role. I'm going to take over this whole damn thing. So we go back there, and this is my first dealing with people where I'm not coaching and things like that, where it's just like normal human beings. I guess these are just normal residents of Lewiston, Clarkston, all that good stuff. So I get in there, and everyone's just sitting there looking at each other. You got 16 people ranging in ages from, I'd say, probably 30 to 70, and they're just sitting there looking at each other. Finally, I step up and I say, hey, has anyone been a jury foreman? Thinking that no one would say yes, because then I would say, I'll do it because I want to take charge of everything. And this lady says, no, but I'll do it. And I go, damn it. So everyone's like, yeah, let's just let Mary do it or whatever. So that pissed me off, number one. We walk outside or back into the courthouse. I get double pissed off because at this point, she gets to sit where the judge sits. She gets to sit there because the judge is not in this case. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I must be something special because it wasn't just jury duty. I got chosen for grand jury. Now, obviously, they know I'm some sort of wizard or something like that, so they chose me for the highest level. And then the judge has to explain to us what grand jury is. He read to us for literally an hour. If I had hair, I would have pulled it out. He read to us an hour, and I still don't understand what the hell that was up. Okay, yeah, Jenna, a woman took my spot. Yes, 100%, and it pissed me off because the judge reads this, and we're still like, okay, I guess they're basically just saying, the court is going to present a case to you to see if you guys think it's good enough to go to court. That's what I got out of him reading for an hour. He takes off. This lady, we'll call her Mary, sits in my seat, i.e. the judge's seat, which pissed me off to high heaven because I had to sit, scrunched over like this in the stupid wooden chair, and she gets the big black leather chair and everyone's staring at her. So that pissed me off. So that's one thing that pissed me. Oh, that's the second thing. First one was I didn't get jury foreman. Second, she got the judge's seat. Third, they're going through the case and then they're giving us evidence and all that stuff. And then they don't even tell you, oh, by the way, there's going to be some graphic images. Boom. Okay. They go up there and there's like bloody pictures and bloody videos. I'm like, hey man, how about, let's sign a waiver or something like that. Okay. Jenna said, did you wear yellow so everyone could see you? No, I just went I think I wore a gray sweatshirt. I was just trying to be calm. I didn't want to bring too much attention to myself because I knew I was going to bring attention to myself because I knew I was going to end up being the judge until that lady took my spot. Now you're starting to fire me up. So they didn't give us any heads up on that. And I don't get me wrong. I manage seeing a little blood and all that stuff, but I was like, Jesus, is that a real thing? And they've got 4 monster 60-inch TVs and there's volume and all this stuff. I was like, okay, that's kind of wild. And then the second thing is, or fourth thing at this point I'm pissed off about, we go back into the jury room. So we're there from 9 to 1. And we're listening to this, blah, blah, blah. And the attorneys, bless their heart, they have to make everything so official. So they'll talk to the cop and said, okay, so you pulled up on 464 North Jennifer. Yes. Then what'd you do? Well, I got out of my cruiser. Then what did you do? I shut the door. Then what did you do? I walked to the house. And then what did you see? And then he has to explain in detail what he saw. It's like, no, we know how he pulled up. You know how he got there. I don't know if they needed all this for evidence or the records, but this is stupid. Which brings me to the fifth thing that pissed me off. How is the stenographer still a thing? That's the little dude or lady. I don't know if only ladies can do it. I've never seen a dude do it, even on TV, where they have that little mini typewriter and they're just typing out the words. Why is that still a thing? There's literally video cameras and tape recorders, and you can just talk into things and it can record your voice and turn it into text. So how is that job still around? I can't double check to see if you can still get I think you have to get a degree in it. But I have no idea why that's even a thing. It doesn't even make sense. So anyway, we listed all this case, blah, blah. And let's just say this was a very obvious, this person will be guilty. I mean, whoa, you're talking Captain Obvious, Ray Charles, Helen Keller, and Stevie Wonder in a dark room and see this person was guilty. So we go back into the jury room or whatever the hell it's called. And this is part 2 of where I thought people are stupid. We get in there and everyone's just sitting there looking around. And I go, hey man, what is the holdup? This person is obviously guilty as hell on every account. And I'm like, oh, do you really think so? And I go, he even said it. Literally on camera, you have him say it. I'm guilty, blah, blah, blah. I go, what is going on here? And so another person was arguing with me. Are you sure? Are you 100% sure? Yeah. I go, unless you fell asleep or fell into a coma, you know this person is guilty. And second, you saw it, and let's just sign and get the hell out of here. I'm starving at this point because we'd been there since 9, had to get there at 8:45. And then it was 1 o'clock. I got to eat. Big Daddy's got to eat. So they all, I don't want to say agreed with me, but they agreed with me because it was obvious. And so that was my jury duty story. Given I'm a big time thing because I was on a grand jury. I don't know how many of you can even say that you're on a grand jury because I can. So obviously I'm big time at this point. All in all, it was pretty cool. I liked it. I would have been pissed if I had to stay there a whole week though, because I think they only pay you like $16 a day or $20 a day. I don't even know what it was. I assuming I got more due to the fact that I was on grand jury because I think I got 50. But that, you guys, I don't know if you guys would understand, but when you're big time and you get grand jury, that's what happens. Maybe one of you will get grand jury. Jenna, do you guys do jury trials in Canada? Bachelor's degree in stenography. So that's still a thing. Holy hell. Jenna just sent me a chat. Bachelor's degree in stenography. How is that still around? And I'm not throwing bones at stenographers. I'm just saying your time's passed up, man. Like there's literally technology that can do what you're doing. And this poor lady, she had to keep saying like, what's your name? What's your name? Because there was a couple weird names in there. And she's like, she couldn't hear. Okay. Jenna says, I can't find a decent reason why it's still a thing. Maybe they're just like, everyone's keeping on the down low. Like, let's not say we can be taken over by robots because we can literally get taken over by robots. I mean, I think you can literally just get taken over by a cell phone at this point. And like I said, I'm not throwing bones, but all in all, good grand jury experience. Notice I said grand jury, big time. All right, let's move on. There are winners and losers in life. Okay, so for the past, Canada, as Jenna says before I move on, she says, yes, Canada does jury duty, but it doesn't matter because people get out in usually 4 years no matter what. Get out of jail or get out of jury duty? I get jail. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, so there are winners and losers in life. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been traveling a lot. I'm a big time traveler. I travel, I think with Delta just alone, I have almost 1.7 million miles. That's a lot of traveling because Joe Cohen says, hey, Chris, are you going to be in New Jersey camp? Yes, 4-6. Yes, I will be. You're speaking of my traveling right now, Joe. I'll be there in a couple of weeks. So in a couple of weeks, I'll be in New Jersey. Before that, I'll be in San Francisco. So I travel 1.7 million miles. And I always travel from usually 99% of the time from Lewiston, Idaho, small airport. I have to go to Salt Lake. Then I get to a bigger airport. Then I go to wherever I'm going. Okay, this past weekend, I had to go to Spokane, Washington, due to the fact that Lewiston didn't have the flight I needed and things like that. I'm a firm believer after as much time as I've been spending in the airports and on airplanes that people are dumb. I would say 99% of the people are really slow in some sort of fashion where they just don't know what's going on. And I can't tell if they are dumb or if they don't know what's going on. Either one pisses me off. I firmly believe because this past weekend, where was I? I was in Atlanta on Sunday, Charlotte, North Carolina on Saturday. The weekend before that, I was in Southern California. The weekend before that, I was in Dallas, Texas. The week before that, I was in Nashville, Tennessee. And then coming up, I'll be in San Francisco. Then I'll also be in New Jersey, and then I'll be in Seattle. So I travel a lot. Like I said, I'm a firm believer that you should have to take a test as soon as you buy a plane ticket. You purchase, a test should come up and say, all right, do you know what you can carry on to the plane? Okay. Because I come from a small airport with a smaller town. There's a lot of people that don't travel as much as I do. Okay. So they have issues like I've seen people literally try to bring in a gallon of apple juice. Like, what are you doing? Like, how do you not know that? So one of the test questions should be, do you know that you can't bring over 3 ounces of liquid? 3 ounces is smaller than a Coke can. There used to be a Pepsi machine right in front of our security guards. There used to be on top of it. It was a known thing because in Idaho, everyone has pocket knives. They would just literally put their pocket knives up there because everyone would forget that they had them on going through security. So instead of running back to their car, which is about an 11-yard run, they would just put them up there. And when they came back on from their plane on the trip, maybe a week later, their knife would still be there. So you should be able to say like, okay, you can't bring liquid. Guys, knives not allowed. I don't know how to tell you this. You can't pack your clothes in trash bags. That's trash. All right. Literally trash. And yes, I've seen that done before. You can't come to the airport with a suitcase that doesn't latch. I've seen that too, where he literally said, hey, can you just have someone sit on my suitcase? And no, man, we're putting your suitcase under the damn plane. Oh, and then I saw him duct tape his suitcase shut. Good for you, bud. I also think there should be separate security lines. into three categories: people that know what they're doing, i.e., me, people who have no idea what they're doing, that'd be 99% of the population, and then families. Because if you have a family, especially a stroller, all hell's breaking loose. You're just trying to hold on for dear life. I usually try to offer my help. Most people say no. If I see like a mom with like, some sort of kid that's below 3 or 4 that can be carried, I'll say, hey, let's, what's it called? You want me to hold your kid or hold this stroller or whatever? Because you're a nightmare going through this. So it should be people who know exactly what they're doing. But on that note, if I go through that security line, because I know exactly what I'm doing, done it 1.7 million miles wide time. If I go and I mess up, that's 1 strike. If I get 2 strikes, I'm out. All right. So that's my big thing there. I lose. That's one of those things. There should be no standing in front of people to get on the plane. What I mean by that is, okay, you're at gate 15. Everyone knows you're at gate 15. Everyone starts to hover right around the door entry to the plane. You can't go until your zone is called. So if you're zone 7, because you don't fly a lot, don't stand at the front. No one's talking to you. Get the hell away. You go to the back of the bus, your steerage, go. No one wants to talk to you. Okay. Jenna's dropping F-bombs already. If you are a backpack guy, I don't like you. What I mean by backpack guy is the guy who wears a backpack, but he's also got like a duffel bag or a, what's it called? My seat fell down. Carry-on luggage. Backpack guy, it's like a weapon because he's turning, going down, and not even down the aisle. I'm just talking about in the area. That guy is a damn nemesis. You got to get his ass out of the way. Backpack guy should come with a yellow sweatshirt like this or like red caution tape because he's a menace. Strollers or families, they're the enemy. Stay far away from them as much as possible. I know they're just trying to get to their destination. Maybe it's Orlando, Disney World, wherever the hell they're going. But I'm out because you got kid on stroller. Usually if you've got more than 2 kids, they're the biggest nightmares. You avoid those people like the plague, because if you've got 2 kids and you've got 2 parents, you're playing man-on-man defense. You get 3 kids, now you're playing zone defense. I just saw a kid literally last weekend where this kid was going through the airport, diving on their suitcase because it had wheels and riding it like a surfboard or like a boogie board and just taking people out. Like that person is a nemesis. That whole family. Jenna says they should get their own planes or adult only planes would be great. Yeah, but that sounds like you're trying to make an X-rated movie, Jenna. Okay, family only planes, we'll say. Next thing, people need to learn the numerical system. Here's what it is. The planes go like this. Row 1 is the front. Then it goes 2. Then it goes 3. Then after that, it gets crazy. It goes 4, 5, 6. Gets super wild. 7, 8, 9. Then all hell breaks loose because then it goes 10, 11, 12. There's no difference. Okay. It's just numerical. So if you're the guy that gets your ticket, row 16, and you're at 1, you're an idiot. You're a moron. Don't even look up until you get into the double digits because you're slowing everyone down. And if you don't know how numbers work, you shouldn't be able to fly. That should be another one of the test questions. Do you know how numbers work? Yes or no? Okay. What comes after the number 7? Is it 8 or 5? If they can't get that right, they're not on the plane. Simple. I don't know what to tell you. But what's another one? If you sit down, a bigger, fatter person gets the armrests every time. That's my rule. Because they're bigger, they're fatter. On that note, they don't get all the advantages. I'm a firm believer in this too. If you're a fatter person or bigger person, you should pay extra for a plane ticket. And I've said this myself, I should pay extra because if I sit next down to my wife, who's 5'3", teeny tiny woman, she loses and she knows she loses because immediately I'm going armrest, I'm man spreading, I'm taking up my seat and her seat because she loses and I know her. But if I'm sitting next to some guy that's bigger than me, and we're doing arm wrestle battle for the thing, but he's bigger than I am, he gets it. I'm not going to do that fight. Plus, I don't want to touch him because he's going to be bigger. He's most likely going to be sweaty, and I'm out for that. So bigger, fatter person gets the arm wrest. Fatter people should pay more. I think it should be done by weight because it's so dumb that I see. Okay, I travel a lot. I'm Delta. What's it? Diamond. I'm the highest diamond. It's basically I'm the grand jury of Delta. I'm big time. So I get 3 bags with me to travel, and I can go each bag 70 pounds. So I can take another large human being with me. I can take a 210-pound human with me on my flight. but I can still weigh 400 pounds. Like, no, there should be, if you're going to weigh the bags, then you should also weigh the people. Bigger people, you got to pay more. Sorry. And I'm not talking about the person that I'm going like from 200 pounds up. I'm not saying even 250 because 200 pounds, you could be, what if you're 5'5", 200 pounds? That's a fat bastard. That thing is oozing into my seat. I don't want that thing next to me. I don't care if his feet are swinging like a little, whatever. I don't want that thing next to me. So you should have to do that. Here's how you should board the plane. People that need extra time, i.e. the elderly. If you've got a bad hip, you've got a bad foot, whatever, you get to board first because God knows how long it's going to take you to get down that runway. And you're going to slow up everyone anyway. Then, obviously, the troops. The troops should definitely get to go second. 100%. And I don't even like where they say active duty military. No. Active duty or retired military. You go first. You get in there, scan it out, do what you got to do. You've served your country. You're going. Then it should go first class, obviously. I usually get bumped up. It's kind of like grand jury, kind of a big deal. I get bumped up, and the first class goes just because you get the little extra room. Plus, you get drinks right away. So 100% they go, and then I don't understand how no one's figured this out. You board from the back to the front. It's simple. Okay, if you're getting in a van, you don't put the passenger person in first. You go to the back to the front. Same thing with the plane. You go row 60. 59, 58, 57, blah, 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 blah. And then you get to one, so everyone just can get in, put their bags in, boom, Merry Christmas. And as you're walking down the aisle, watch Backpack Guy, because he's a nemesis, I'm telling you right now. Make sure if you guys want it, you can always comment on this on Facebook, X, LinkedIn. I think we're live on Rumble as well. Why don't I have my own private jet yet? Yeah, Jesus. I've flown private one time. Holy hell, was it amazing. It was so nice. It's hashtag goals. Jenna, thanks for bringing me down now. Next thing that pissed me off about planes, as you can tell, I'm going off on this. Enough of the chic meals. If you've ever been to first class and you've had their meals, it's always like something kind of fancy schmancy. Like, no one cares. No one wants that. We're not at the Ritz-Carlton in the sky. It's a Delta flight. It's American. It's a United. It's whatever it is. Okay? Just give me a normal meal. What do you mean, Rubio? Well, this past weekend, I'm coming back from Atlanta to Spokane. And I was able to reserve my order early, and they had a Shake Shack. Shake Shack, for those that don't know, it's like a burger joint. I had never had it. It was phenomenal. I had a cheeseburger. It wasn't big. A cheeseburger, a little salad with some Caesar dressing, and a little fudge brownie. I took a little bite of that just for my sweet tooth, but it was great. Like, let's just do sponsorships across the board. Delta start working out with In-N-Out or Five Guys or whatever like that. Let's get some normal meals. Okay, I don't need like this chicken marsala crap with a mushroom sauce. Just give me normal food, man. Normal food. Am I wrong, Jen? Is there any comment? I see 4 comments, Jen. You haven't put the comments yet. That's a big one for me. The meals, obviously, because I like to eat. I'm a bigger man. Headphones at all times should be on as you enter the plane, especially if you want the international sign that I use of "Don't talk to me." Usually, I enter a plane with headphones on and sunglasses on. So that's double the "don't talk to me, please." I don't want to talk to you. Okay. If you're a celebrity or not, I don't care. Let's not bother each other. Let's just pretend you're doing something and pretend I'm doing something. Nana Mona says, a big guy sat by me. What's with this leaning on the person? If you're smaller than him, Nana Mona, you lose. That big guy, especially if he's like over 250, 300 pounds, you're going to lose on this one. Adam Smith, you would never survive a trip through Southeast Asia. All the things described by 100 and in a foreign language. Oh, Adam, I'm 100% out with that. The Asian cultures, because they're so crowded, I've always said that I'd like to go for like an hour and a half, but I'm not going to fly across the world for an hour and a half because it's just too much. There's too many people. I don't like you got to. One of my favorite lines I say to my kids all the time and my dog: spread out. Go, get away. You're too close to me. Yeah, I would be 100% out with that. And I would just be as rude to them as possible. I would just knock them over or something like that. I saw a guy on a plane, an older dude, bless his heart. It goes back to my headphones on at all times. He was playing like Candy Crush, and I had my headphones on, so I didn't hear, but then I take my headphones off at some point. He had the volume full blast on Candy Crush. So he's playing. It's like, ding, ring, ring. I don't know what the hell the sounds it makes. I don't play that stupid games. Okay. Okay. Someone's got to tell this guy. Headphones on, man. And exit. You got to exit from the front to the back. It's very simple. There's nothing worse than you get up. And I'm a big fan of the bell dings or whatever. I get up immediately just because my back hurts and I've been sitting for X amount of time. I don't mind people that sprint up, get up. Okay. I don't want you sprinting to the front of the plane unless you have like a 5-minute layover, which you're not going to make the flight anyway. Stay in the back. It's okay. Row 1 goes, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. I will literally just stick my leg out right out to trip someone if they do that. And once you exit the plane, don't stop and look at the screen. Don't do it right there. You're an idiot because when you exit, other people are coming, man. So then they just got to knock you over because there's always that screen right there where it's like, okay, I'm here. I got to get to this gate if I'm going to Dallas, Fort Worth. Oh, you said it. Look, no, there's going to be another screen like 9 feet down the road. Just go to that one, bud. You'll be fine. I promise. On that note, Jenna, why don't we go for a quick commercial? Jenna, I'm out.
You have been watching The Rubio Method.
Let's get going, gang!
Our dedicated staff is ready to work for you. Artbeat specializes in custom apparel. Call us or order online. Free shipping nationwide. Custom printed shirts are our specialty, and we make sure you get exactly what you want. Bring in your own design or let our team create one for you. Promote your business, event, or club with pens, caps, bottles, mugs, and more.
Creating cool since 1985.
Take it away, Rubio.
Focus up. I'm talking to everyone in the comments section on Rumble, Spotify and iTunes will be up tomorrow. Facebook, LinkedIn, X. I don't know if comments come through on that, X. And also, we're live on YouTube. Nana Mona says, by the time I got off the plane, it was like the guy and I just had an affair. Whoa, Nana Mona, that's pretty aggressive. Gee, ask him out for some poutine. Okay. Accept and embrace. Let's move on. Accept and embrace. Texting is phenomenal. Everyone likes texting. A lot of people do texting wrong. I'm going to get yelled at. I guarantee it by some people on this one. I'm a big fan of it. More and more people are doing text. 95% of people's voicemails nowadays, mine says this. If you leave call and I don't answer, it says, hey, if you want a quicker response, just text me. Because odds are I'm on a plane or I'm in a meeting, I'm eating dinner with the family, doing something like that, or I'm in a lesson. Okay, so texting is phenomenal. If you need to get a hold of me, just text me. Very simple. I'm a big fan of group texts. My wife hates them. I think they're fantastic. A group text, for those that don't know, is just when you send out a text to a group of people. I saw a quote on this and it says, I came here to speak, not to listen. That's why that's kind of my motto. I like to speak, but not really listen. It gets me in trouble sometimes, but I don't care. Major issue can be, because if you're like me, you've got probably, I think I have like, I would say 5 or 6 different group text threads where they're different groups of people. I've had one group with some of my instructors that we've had a text group thread for almost like 12 years at this point. And you've got obviously your family one, your close friends one, maybe you went on vacation with people. Because I know I have like a cruise one, CRUISE. And then also I forgot my son's text group. Then you have, this is where people get in trouble though. And if you know where I'm going on this, you're going to start laughing. If you have group A, group B, group C, group D, and say group A is sports group text, and group B is your religious group text, and group C is like your friend group text, and group D is your biker group text. If you've ever sent the wrong group a text that was meant to go to the other group, you can get into some severe trouble, especially if there's anyone with a droid on the damn thing, because then you can't delete the text. And everyone knows who the person is that has the droid or whatever the hell they're called, Samsung, because it makes the whole text thread go green 34. Lose that damn thing. And so, yeah, you could be sending something to your group friend party night thread, and all of a sudden you actually send it to your pastor in your religious thread. That is a code red. You need to get out of that immediately. Jenna says, I did that early today to Humble, but I got to delete it. Okay, before he saw it. So yeah, that because you both had iPhones. Wonderful. You probably said, oh, God knows what you said to him. Jesus, he wouldn't have been offended anyway. Oh, WhatsApp. Oh yeah, WhatsApp. Yeah, why do Canadians use that? I don't understand. Everyone in Canada does that. If you can't spell, use autocorrect. I'm not asking for much, but there's nothing worse than reading a text and because everyone has autocorrect on their text. So how are you that bad at texting where you literally can't see at this point where it's like a red line, or it tells you, hey, instead of frick, it's frack or something like that. You've got to be able to figure this out. Okay. Jenna says, because it costs too much to text USA, it's like $1 a text. You guys get charged for texting? What the hell is that? Who charges for texting? What is this, 1987? That is the worst thing I've ever heard. Now I get it. Mike, you got to get out of there, Jenna. All right. Here, phone calls and everything else, unless we upgrade our plan to $17 a day. Jesus, 17 times 30. What is that, Jenna? That's a lot of money. That is stupid. That is real. Jenna, you got to get out of there, man. All right. I'm not going to say who. I'm just going to say I know a lot of people that use voice text. I've got rules on voice text. Okay. Yeah, there's 34 right there smiling. I'm just shocked that he can even leave a comment on YouTube with that droid he has. Voice text is where you speak into your phone and it types out the words for you. Okay. If you're going to speak into your phone, why not just send a voice memo? Because you can easily do that where you just press the little microphone, you talk, and then you just send out a voice memo. Just do that where the person just literally hears your voice. Because if you're using voice text, you're either talking very, very slow, you're trying to enunciate more, or it's just annoying. Okay. So number one, if you're using voice text, you should never do it around another human being because no one wants to hear you talk. If you're talking, get on the phone, which brings me to another point of if you're on the phone or God forbid a FaceTime in public, leave, go outside, go to the bathroom, do something. No one wants to hear your conversation. Definitely no one wants to see your face. No one wants to see the other person's face as well. All right. So that's just stupid. You're being rude. Unless you've got headphones on, but still, I don't want to see that person's face. So never should be done around people. Number two, 1,000% should never be allowed in a car. You should have your phone thrown out the window if you voice text in the car, because number one, everyone has to hear it. Number two, if you are hooked up to the car on Bluetooth, it'll usually do a beep boop, like a little sound. That's the sound the car makes, boop boop, saying, oh, you're sending out a text, and it stops it. Okay. No one wants to hear your voice, and no one wants to hear the boop boop. That's just stupid. Okay. So not around people, definitely not in a car. And this is big for me. This is the last one. Actually, those other two are big as well, but this is a big one as well. If you're going to be voice text guy, you got to lean into it. You're not allowed to do any autocorrect with your fingers because now we've got double the time that we've had to put up with you. So now you could, yes, I will be at the store, blah, blah, blah. Come see me over here, blah, blah, blah. Get extra bread. Then you're, I misspelled this word. No, you're demoted. You have to just go back to thumb and or typing or whatever you do. I don't know how you people text. I just do my thumbs. Okay. If you do a little scroll thingy, that's fine. But if you do voice, you stick to voice. You ride that wave. You're not allowed to rectify the situation with text because now you've done double the damage and now you've double pissed me off. That's all I have to say about that. We shall move on. Working hard is not enough. All right. Rubio, you have to take a break from flying. Yeah, no kidding, Nanamona. This weekend, thank God I don't have to fly. But I'd be great. Like I said, Jenna, if we can get a GoFundMe or something. If I had my own plane, I would love it. If I could spread out a little bit, because watch the movies. Which don't get me started. There hasn't been a good movie released in like 15 years. We're going to talk about that, and confidence is the key. But right now, for working hard is not enough. When did appetizers become a thing? Have they always been a thing? Okay. Because when I grew up, let's just say we didn't have a lot of money. I don't remember appetizers ever being a thing. Maybe I didn't go to restaurants at all with menus. I mean, I was a big child, so most of it is like fast food. Shout out Deb, no big deal. But when did appetizers take over? I don't understand that. Is it more recent? I don't know what's going on there, because to me, appetizers seem to be making like a big push, a big run, if you will, of just their big time. Bit off topic, but my pet peeve is answer their phone or speaker without telling you. Oh, there's on speaker. Oh yeah, you got that's we drone YYC. No, you have to 100%. If you're answering the phone on speaker, you have to let the person know immediately, dude, I'm on speaker. Because if you don't and they say something stupid, that's on you. If they drop some sort of bomb, an F-bomb, a joke, or an inside joke, and that you get embarrassed, that's 100% on you. I do that all the time, especially when I'm in the car. Hey, you're on the car phone and everyone's here. I say it immediately. That's a great point, Wide Run. That is a very, very good point. All right, let's talk about top appetizers. Jenna, do you guys have appetizers in Canada? After this whole text per minute thing, that is something I don't even know. Okay, you guys do. That's good. Normal appetizers, or what is it? I could see like hummus or something. Hummus is trash. What are the rules of the appetizer? This goes back to my original thought on 34, my buddy, who offered up mozzarella sticks. There was a big group at the table, 4 or 5 of us. It goes around, and me being the bigger guy, everyone knew I was going to take it. It's a given. It goes back to me. I let everyone else say no. Then I'm going to say yes. He grabs it right before. He's the one that offered it up. Okay. That is rude. I still yell at him all the time about it. I give him crap about it because that hurt. Poutine, Sheldon, that's an appetizer. I thought it's like a soup. I thought it's a meal. Jenna says she hates when people say, let's just order appetizers. I'm a big girl. I need actual food. See, Jenna, I'll argue with that on you on that one. I don't mind if you go apps all the way around, but if you have to order enough. So if there's 4 people, we're not getting 4 apps. You got to go like 6 to 7 apps. So everyone has the opportunity to get full, because some apps are stupid. Okay. Oh, Steve Claude says, how about a Capri Deli meatball sandwich? Oh, good God. I would crush that. Capri Deli, shout out in Covina. I'm going to go on record and say it's the best meatball sandwich I've ever had. It's so good. No, stop. Jenna, stop putting poutine up on the screen. It hurts my feelings every time I see it. So Jenna, I disagree with you on that. You can go full apps, but you got to go almost double digit apps per, because like if you get dumplings, which are a solid app, but that you get like 3 and they're stupid. Okay. So that's not enough. But if you go like chicken wings and you get a dozen, that's phenomenal. Okay. But that, which brings me to another one. No, I'm not going to go to that yet. If you get apps as a table, nachos are a very good one. Nachos are a very good one. And Jenna, I'm a firm believer that if you're going to go with nachos, I say you go nachos out of the gate on a date. What I mean by that is if you're on a first date, I would choose the messiest app possible just to see what's going on in the waters there. Get like a dirty chicken wing, maybe mozzarella stick. Don't share them with 34. Maybe nachos is a great one because you get to see, okay, is this girl, i.e. or guy, are they a human or are they like an animal? Because you get something where you're going to have to use your hands, nachos. You have to be able to see, okay, are they an animal with them or are they normal with them? Okay. See, Jenna, I cannot eat ribs in public. I get messy. Absolutely, as you should. And I would want to see it. If I was dating a girl that got ribs and like sauce is flying on the walls, hell yes. 100%. Let it rain, honey. That way I know at least she's comfortable in herself and she's just being herself. But so, and that going back to that nachos thing, that brings me to another point. Immediately fired if you see a human being. I saw someone do this once. 2 things. I saw a person eating chicken wings. They put on surgical gloves. I'm not joking. Okay. Number 1, if you need gloves to put on food, you're an idiot. And if it's too spicy, you're afraid you're going to get it in your eye, you're a moron. You don't deserve chicken wings. And then that same person got a fork and knife and he was like dissecting the chicken wings. They should have kicked him out of the restaurant. You don't order chicken wings if that's what if you're going to be a poodle like that. You're an idiot. No one wants to see that. Okay. Eat it like a man or I guess or woman. I guess woman too. But if you're going to get chicken wings, especially for the table, you got to get your own sauce each. Because I'm a big sauce guy. All my kids, they don't like any sauces. I'm a big sauce guy. So I want my own trough of ranch. Okay. I want my own, like I usually get a side of buffalo sauce as well. I put that crap on everything. Shout out to Frank's Red Hot buffalo sauce, everything. Steve Claus says, Chris, you are still the best deli customer ever. I still treat your mom like a rock star. Well, as you should, Steve. I appreciate that. And it's pretty sad that I've not been there at 17 years and I'm still your best customer. And Capri Deli sells a lot of sandwiches. So I must have been doing some damage in high school. Damn. I did used to get a large sub literally every single day. Damn, those are so good. I wonder if can you guys mail those to me? Is there a way to like freeze dry a meatball sub to me? Is that how that works? Like, was it dry ice, Jenna? Jenna, go on Capri Deli's website and see if they have like shipping options. Or Steve, you might have to do me a solid and I'll eat it on screen so everyone can see it. There's 100% chance I get that on my clothes. All right, so let's talk best appetizers. Number 1, chicken wings. It's easy. It's low carb. You've got a variety of flavors. You can go buffalo. You can go spicy garlic. You can go, oh my God, burn your butthole hot. You can go just regular I don't know what the normal flavor is. You got barbecue, like Jenna said. So chicken wings is obviously number one, especially I'm into any appetizer where you can order by a number. Because like chicken wings is really the only one where you can do by number. Yeah, because you can't just say I want 10 mozzarella sticks. You just say order mozzarella sticks and they say it's 4. But you go to chicken wings, that's usually like 12, 16, 24, 36, whatever. Okay. No, Jenna, it's in Covina, California. She says there's one is in Maple Ridge, British Columbia. First of all, get off the Canadian internet. Go on American internet. Type in USA, Covina, California, Covina, Capri Deli. Phenomenal. So good. Jesus God, they're good meatballs too. Next, even I had that issue with 34. My second option is mozzarella sticks. Phenomenal. But I want my own sauce, and I want to dip it in red sauce, which has got to be hot. And I want ranch as well. Third, and these seem to be just starting out. Maybe I've been out of the loop. Sliders, phenomenal. Little mini hamburgers for sub 60s. Okay, I'm in for those things. Those are great. Now, you're not sharing those, so you're going to just take the whole thing in and you're going to go with it. Sliders, phenomenal. This is a new one. And Jenna, you might have to do some research for me on this one as well. Deep fried green beans. Or is that just an Idaho thing? Because they're everywhere here. And no one likes green beans. Everyone likes deep fried. They're phenomenal. Deep fried green beans are great. Okay. Shout out to KC's in the tap room. They have got great ones. Very, very tasty. Sometimes they have honey Dijon. Okay. Those are fancier places. Or just ranch. So deep fried green beans, when did they step in the door of Appetizerville? Because I don't remember them ever being a thing, but all of a sudden they're everywhere and they're fantastic. And you kind of feel like you're somewhat healthy. It's a green bean. Flatbread pizza. I don't know how I feel about that because I'm not a big fan of flatbread pizza because number one, there's not enough sauce. Okay. Fried gizzards and beer. Jesus God, Nana Mona. I'm not hanging out with Nana Mona anymore. That's disgusting. Okay. Flatbread pizza. There's never enough sauce. And I get that it's kind of a chic pizza. I'm out. It's usually kind of some weird cheeses and meats on it. Just make it normal. Okay. That's number 2. And number 3, it's too thin. It's not enough. So if you're going to do flatbread pizza, you got to do like 4, almost per one per person is my guess. But I do like the little varieties, but I don't know. And this is an Idaho one. I don't know if you guys have this out where you live, Jenna. A thing called deep fried dill pickles are so good. No, Jenna, you're wrong. Okay. No. Bite size. Do you guys have bite size up there, Jenna? Bite size. First, when I moved here, they were like, you got to try the bite size. You got to try the bite size. You got to try the bite size. Bite size is just cut up steak. I hate to break it to everyone out there. It's just, you get a steak and you just cut it into little things, like little chunks. I don't know. Then I finally I go, guys, this is just cut up meat. I'm not a toddler. I can cut up my own meat. It's bite size, damn it. Okay. But it's a good appetizer. It's just steak, but it's great. A lot of steak out here. So working hard is not enough. That's my appetizer. I'm sticking by it. Let's move on, Jenna, to confidence is the key. This is where I get really pissed off if I haven't been pissed off already. I was talking to one of my long snappers. Cheese curds with caramel sauce. Oh, Karita, that's a good one. Damn it, I forgot about that one. Cheese curds, number 1, rock. Number 2, cheese curds with caramel sauce, very good. Jenna, stop putting poutine up on the screen. No one wants to see poutine. You're ruining the cheese curd talk from Karita. Cheese curds with caramel sauce. It sounds disgusting. It's phenomenal. Okay. It's very, very, very good. I don't understand how it works, but now people are taunting me. Jessica Westbrook poutine. But she spends a lot of time in Canada, so she has to eat it. Her tongue has been melted down. She's tainted. She doesn't know what's going on. And she's also basically part redhead, so that's a double whammy. Steve says, I remember when I traveled to the Bruin game in Ohio and you and Joe came out of the locker room and we saw Stan there and you said, what are you doing here? Yeah, it's odd when you see someone where you normally don't see them. It's very, very odd. So confidence is the key. I'm at my camp this weekend. I'm talking to an NFL long snapper, one of my guys that happens to play for the Falcons. Stop putting poutine. No, it's not good. Okay. And I say a quote from a movie, and he looks at me confused. This person is like, say, 27, 28, 29 years old, 26. He's a child. He goes, well, what's that? I go, it's a quote from Wedding Crashers. He goes, I never saw it. I go, what? How have you never seen Wedding Crashers? I've seen that movie. I'm not even joking, probably 350 times. It's one of my top, I'll say 5 movies. It's one of those movies that it's a test movie for me. And I'm going to explain that a little bit later. I have certain movies that I like to watch with people to see if I know I'm going to like them or not. Okay. This scene right out of the gate. Okay. I'm not going to have Jenna play it yet. Actually, I am. Jenna, let's just play this scene because this is the opening scene in the movie. Okay. I don't think there's any F-bombs in it, but it's got one of the funniest lines. Well, the whole damn thing's funny. But Jenna, go ahead and play this scene, and then I'm going to tell you how I dumped my friend's wife after this.
Frequent flyer miles. We're flying.
Those are mine. I want them.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to split them right down the middle. How'd that be, Mr. Kroger?
It would be not good at all. I earned those miles.
Yeah, you earned them flying to Denver to meet your whore.
Oh, Lord.
She's not afraid to express herself sexually, if that's what you mean.
She is a stripper, for God's sake.
She is not.
Her name is Chastity. She is white trash. Same as you. Hillbilly.
That's it. Go comatose for me, baby.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Okay. That's like 25 seconds, Jenna. That has probably 5 or 6 phenomenal lines in it. Okay. 5 or 6 phenomenal lines. Number 1, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Absolutely hilarious. Okay. Number 2, go comatose for me, baby. Number 3, she's a stripper. Number 4, her name is Chastity. She's white trash. Fun fact, my assistant is named Chastity. In my phone, it literally says her name is Chastity. We had a group meeting one time where there was like 20 people of us in a Zoom meeting, and everyone's going around introducing themselves. And her name is Chastity. They get to her, and she says, "My name's Chastity." And I did like a Vince Vaughn look around, and everyone's sitting there, and they're all younger than 50s, you know. And finally, it gets to me. I have to introduce myself, and I said, "Okay, are we going to address the elephant in the room here?" And they're, what do you mean? I go, her name is Chastity. She's white trash. She's a stripper. And like half the people roared with laughter, and half the people looked and said, "Rubio, did you really just say that?" I go, "It's from a movie. It's like one of the top 5 lines ever." So going back to my point, saw this movie when it came out in the movie theater many moons ago. And a buddy's wife at the time, she's an ex now. I had told him, "You got to get rid of her after this." We're watching that movie, and I'm like pissing myself laughing. I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. Right out of the gate, because that's literally the opening scene of the movie. And I look over at her, and she's just sitting there like someone just pissed in her Cheerios. And I look at my buddy, and we're crying. We're laughing so hard, and she's just like she's at an IRS convention. I go, "You didn't find that funny?" Not at all. Not one bit. She didn't laugh through the whole movie. So that's one of my tests with people. If you watch that movie and you don't laugh, you're either maniacal or you've got problems in life. You have no sense of humor, and therefore you're not someone that I want to hang out with, because I'm going to be doing jokes like that the entire time. And if you can't keep up with me, you're out. Okay. So that's number 1. When you watch movies, you can tell a lot about people. Number 1, are they a talker? Because certain people just like to talk nonstop during a movie. You got to get them out. Especially, well, obviously at a movie theater. That's a given. I haven't been to the movie theater in probably 7 years, just because I don't like several things right here. Are they a talker? Number 1, shut up. I don't care if you're in my living room. Shut up. I don't want to hear you. I'm watching the movie. Number 2, are they asking questions? Especially if you're both watching the movie the first time. My youngest does this all the time. We'll watch a movie together. First time watching it, he'll say, "What happened to the plane?" And hey, man, first time I'm seeing it too. I have no idea. I didn't write or direct it. I have no idea what's going on, bud. How did the wheel pop? Yet again, still here, still have never seen the movie. We're just 11 minutes past the last question you asked me, 11 minutes past the last time I told you. I've never seen this movie, and he'll do it all the time. to the point of you got to stop talking. Third thing, if they're on their phone, women are famous for this. Let's watch a movie. Let's watch a movie. Let's watch a movie. TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Skeel or Temu, shopping. Just watch the movie. Because what happens is, after about 5 or 6 minutes, they'll say, well, why did that tire pop? Well, if you weren't shopping, you would have known why the damn tire popped. But now I have to stop the movie and explain it to you because you're on Sheen or wherever the other thing is. So stop talking, stop shopping. And the worst, if you're next to someone, if they're an eater or a drinker, drinking is okay without a straw. But if you get the straw, you got the going up and down the stupid thing, especially at a movie theater. And number two, no one will do that. Okay, no one, that's disgusting. And then if you're a chewer, you're out. Especially popcorn. Go sit at least 5 to 6 feet away from me. I don't want to hear that. And I'm not one of those guys like my wife is, where like I'm not allowed to chew gum in front of my wife because she says I chew ugly, which I don't know what that means. How do you chew ugly? I just chew. I like literally she's like, she can see I'm chewing from the back. She's some sort of wizard. All right. So movies that everyone needs to see, obviously Wedding Crashers. That's a must. If you meet someone who's under 50 that hasn't seen Wedding Crashers, you have to be immediately disappointed in them. Number two, pissed off at them. Number three, I literally told that Longstepper, I'm not talking to you until you've watched that movie. So it's been 2 days. I have not talked to him. He knows to text me once he's seen it. I don't know what possibly he could be holding it back on because it's a top 5. Another movie that every person should see, and it's going to tell you a lot about him, Old Yeller. It's a classic. Number one, you get to see, okay, do these people like animals? Number two, are they evil? Because if you watch Old Yeller and you don't cry at the end of that, something's wrong with you. So that's a good test movie. Another good test movie, a lot of people have not seen, it's an older movie, Brian's Song. It's a sports movie. It's about Brian, I think it's Little Piccolo. You might want to check that for me, Jenna. Brian's Song. Tearjerker. If you there's literally zero, that's one of those that you ugly cry at, where like you choke. No talking if the guys are watching football in this house. Well, I'm okay with that too. Brian's Song, great test movie. If you are dating a dude and you put on that movie and he likes sports and he doesn't cry, leave the room. Jenna, you've never heard of Brian's Song? Watch it tonight. Okay, watch it tonight. I don't know if you guys get movies up there. I don't know how Netflix, you guys even have Netflix after this whole dollar Texas thing. So Brian's Song, it's an older movie, okay, but you got to watch it. Next one, to find out if they're a capitalist and if they like good humor, Wolf of Wall Street. You got to watch it. Phenomenal. I roared through that movie. I can quote that movie. I've seen it probably 500 times. Are they a capitalist? Do they like money? Good little test movie. Another one, Big Lebowski. Now, this movie, I have to warn you, people are either going to love this movie or they're going to hate it. Okay. My wife hates it, but I understand. I love it. It's got some of the most quotable lines you've ever seen in a movie or heard. Seen and heard. Phenomenal. Okay. 2 final movies that you should have to watch. 7 with Brad Pitt. Jen, if you've seen 7, I could see this. One of the most frightening movies you've ever seen. It's like a thriller / horror movie. It's got Kevin Spacey, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. Phenomenal movie. It's one of those movies though, because there's a certain scene where there's certain parts where it's the 7 deadly sins, gluttony. I'll just give you the gluttony one where this guy, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, which is very apparent, but he finds a gluttonous human being, some dude that weighs like 600 pounds, and he forces him to eat spaghetti until his stomach explodes. He's like, if you're going to be a fat ass, I'm going to make you the biggest fat ass possible because you're gluttony. And you're like, oh, okay. So number one, you get to see how people react to that. Number two, you got to take a look. If you've seen the movie before, when Kevin Spacey's in the back and he's explaining why he did everything. So like, why did you make this guy eat until he puked? Why did you make this model cut off her face? Why did you have this hooker? I'm not even explaining the hooker scene. If you've seen the hooker scene, good God. And then he explains it. I want you to look at the person you're watching it with and see their reaction, because while he's explaining it, you almost go, he's kind of making sense. Like, is that bad? And you could see how honest they would be, because I would say I'm watching with Jenna. I'd be like, what did you think about that part? Like when he was explaining it, she's like, oh my God, that's just pure evil, which it is. But then you have to say like, but wasn't he kind of right? And if they're like, absolutely not, they're lying. They can't be trusted. It's one of those things you have to know what kind of person they are. So that's a test movie. And the final movie that I want to talk about, Titanic. You 100% have to watch Titanic with someone. Just the whole movie. Everyone's seen it at this point, I believe. And this is another test movie because at the end, you guys, this is the test question. You say, what do you think of Rose? And if they don't say she is the most evil, diabolical human being ever to walk the planet, get rid of that person. Because Rose she's the biggest horror movie character of any movie. She's the evilest human possible. And I've explained it to you before. I'll explain it again. Number one, the obvious one, move over, honey. You're sitting on French doors. Okay. It's back from like 1906. You're whatever. I don't know when the Titanic sank, but no, she's not smart. Jen, I'm going to tell you why. Number one, scoot your ass over. Let Jack is it Jack? It was Jack. I'll never look. I think it's Jack. Jen, fact check that for me. Get him on the door with you so he could survive. It's like 37-degree water, if that. Okay. And then at the point, I'll never let go. I'll never let go, Jack. Jenna says, yeah, Jack, I love you, Jack. And she says, I'll never let go. And then she literally lets go. What an ass. If I was Jack, I would have gone down with a middle finger up right at her. So that's number one, where she's an idiot. She was married for like 50 years after this point, because obviously Jack died because she let go after she said she would never let go. Then she becomes a pilot, whatever she's doing. She's got all these fancy framed pictures that she takes in the place with her. But she's married for like 50 years. And her last memory, her best memory, is to some dude she hooked up on a one-night affair at the Titanic. If I was the husband, I'd be like, hey, honey, why did I lose 50 years on you when you're just thinking about tramping around with this Jack dude who he flipped you off when you left? What's going on here, man? Why did I waste 50 years of my time? So now she's double the devil. She killed Jack. She killed her husband, who's already dead. Man, she just murdered him mentally at this point. And the third thing, God forbid she sets up her granddaughter. Her granddaughter, she's probably 35, 40 years old at the time. She's living her life, doing whatever she's doing. She's a scientist or whatever she is. I'm pretty sure she would like the world's biggest diamond so she could maybe sell it and buy a bigger house and a car, or set her kids up for graduation parties or proms or weddings or college or things like that. Instead of here's the $300 million diamond. Oh, and she just drops it. What an ass. They should have kicked her in the water. Now you got me all fired up. Jenna, let's go to the bottom line. The bottom line is all the stuff that you should have known before, or you should have learned without even realizing you learned it. Number one, prepare for the love of God. Just prepare. If you're getting to an airplane, prepare. Look what's happening. Know what's going on. Very easy. Number two, know your surroundings. This goes back to the plane as well, amongst other things, eating, watching movies, things like that. And number three, be observant. This goes back to my movie tests and my appetizers. Okay. Be observant of all those around you. Jenna, we did it a whole show without me even talking about any politics. It was kind of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. This will be up on iTunes and Spotify within 24 hours. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you share this episode with other people. I want to thank my sponsors, One Shot Charlie's and Artbeat. They do a great job as always. And if you're interested in sponsoring the Rubio Method, just email rubio@therubiomethod.com. Shout out to Jenna. She did a very, very good job fact checking the entire time. And actually not a great job, because she put poutine up on the screen about 18 times. On that note, I'm out.
Thanks for watching the Rubio Method. Be sure to spread the word. And don't forget to subscribe, like, or follow on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Google, Amazon, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook.